Wonderful song, great performance, great video, originally done by Eddie Rabbitt. And you did this song called Grits. Did you have a hand in writing that? Tell us about that song. That's such a fun tune. I love it.
I wrote the whole thing, and I can't take full credit. I've got to give God some credit because it happened. It came to me in a dream. And Jimmy, I was somewhat chagrined for a long time at not being considered a country artist, though I had recorded multiples of country songs in all my albums. But the focus had always been on the rock and roll, the movie themes, patriotic gospel, even jazz. And they weren't, my own home folks in Nashville weren't considering me a country artist. So now, a couple of years ago, I had this dream. And in my dream, I was having a big country hit. People were congratulating me on it. And I was even hearing some of it in the dream. And how dreams, they're funny. That little thought starts to creep into your consciousness. Is this real or is this a dream?
Right.
And when that doubt creeps in, the dream vanishes. And then you try to hold on to what you were enjoying about it, and it's gone. But I came out of that dream with this first verse: grits, grits, bestest food there is.
Country caviar, Tennessee foie gras, grits, grits, bestest food there is. You can keep cuisine, give me my grits. Give me your grits.
I came out of the dream with country caviar, Tennessee foie gras. Those descriptions of grits, and I can't take credit for them. They were in the dream, and so God helped me write the lyric. But then I went ahead and finished the song, wrote the whole thing, from start to finish. And then we got with Jimmy Nichols in Nashville and decided that we could put together a group of country artists and have fun with it. And Ray Stevens, Laurie Morgan, Deborah Allen, the Gatlins, and the compliment of all, Dean, Miller, Roger Miller's son, sings on the record with me, and he paid me the compliment of saying, I can hear my dad writing this song.
Well, speaking of his dad, back in the 90s, I lived near where he grew up. It was in Oklahoma. I was living in Elk City, Oklahoma. It was just down the road where Roger Miller grew up, Eric, Oklahoma. And that was his birthplace and where he grew up, about 40 miles away. And I was in radio then thinking of things I could do to set myself apart from other DJs. And I came up with this King of the Road thing. I started wearing this silly little hat around. Never got to meet Roger, but I did meet his son, Dean. What a fine man he is.
Very good young guy, and he was so complimentary and helpful, as was Ray Stevens and all the artists. We just had a ball making the record.
King of the Road.
Here comes this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback.
Robert Earl Keen, you went to Texas A&M, huh?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
that's all right.
I went to
a roughneck ordering 4 beers.
I think we went. You were probably a few years before me, but I remember hearing a lot about you and Lyle Lovett in those days, and you guys actually were neighbors there in
we sure were.
College Station.
I've known Lyle since 1976.
Before any of us knew who he was.
Yeah. But he was always incredibly talented.
King of the Road.
That was this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback.
The Texas honky tonk. There's no place like home.
Since 2008, Honky Tonk Texas and Silsbee, Texas has featured a steady stream of the very best in local, regional, and national touring bands. Pack up your posse and boot scoot over to Honky Tonk Texas for great concerts, dancing, drinking, and dining. Of course, steak night is every Thursday, and don't forget about the Honky Tonk Grill. Visit them online at facebook.com/honkytonktx and at honkytonktexas.us. Honky Tonk Texas and Silsbee has been entertaining Southeast Texas since 2008. Where have you been?